What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below because we got Subaru content coming down always for you guys. We got a 2017 Subaru Impreza Sport Trim hatch here for you guys today. And it's friggin' mint. This is my buddy's car. This is the first Subaru I've ever really driven that was newer. It's what got me into Subaru, so we're gonna get into it. First of all, starting right off the bat, this is not a stock grille. This is not stock stripes. Obviously, they don't really have stripes that I know of that come with the car. He did this himself. Did a pretty good job on it so far. However, I wish you'd take the front plate off the car. But moving on, we got good fog lights here for you guys. Blinkers on the mirrors, just like my STI. We have lights that we are hopefully going to touch up on the back on this thing and hopefully tint soon. But he has touched up on the badges. We have good looking badges here. It's sitting on stock 18-inch Subaru wheels that came with the car. And we have lapis blue is what I was told it's called. It's actually a pretty good looking color. I would consider this pretty close to the GM color, honestly, of blue that I've seen on a lot of GM trucks. I kind of like how we went with the black and red badges on this car now. It really matches, especially that he had the red stripe put on and the red grille up front. So next we're gonna move on to the interior and talk about what's different on the Sport Trim versus the regular Impreza. As you can see, the mirror lights up, which is a nice greeting from your Subaru at nighttime when you're walking up to it, so you can see your door handle and get in and access your Impreza. And then obviously we can get back out with the carbon fiber on the door handle of your Subaru Impreza. So we got the key fob here, and we're just gonna have to have that in our pocket, walk up to it, put our hand right here, unlocks, lets us in. Now this does have the premium sound. This does have the Sport Trim, so it's gonna have a lot of other options that other Imprezas aren't gonna have. Starting, we're gonna notice right away, carbon fiber. It looks absolutely beautiful in this car and really matches overall with what they did with the red stitching and the leather everywhere. You notice we have the pedals down here. That's with the Sport Trim. We have red stitching on the seats, which actually look very nice. These are very comfortable seats. If you're a bigger guy like I am, you're gonna have no problem with these seats. These are very comfortable. And the owner of this car says it's very comfortable for him, and he's not even a bigger guy. So these seats fit pretty good for everybody. We have the leather here on the door. This is just like my car. And we have the red stitching on the steering wheel. And he did have the red logo put on here, which matches a lot better with the steering wheel. And I recommend that anybody who's gonna get one of these would do the same. And so this whole dashboard is all a very nice feel leather. And then you can see it runs off to the red stitching here, which moves down to the carbon fiber. And I really think it's a great option that they had this go down like this. It really matches the car, it makes it more of a sporty feel. And the whole side goes onto the door in carbon fiber. And then it goes down to the red stitching leather again. And this does have the premium sound, which these speakers sound very nice in this car. I actually don't have any nice speakers in my car, but yeah, so a little jealous. So, since this is a Sport Trim, this has the factory Sport Trim WRX short throw shifter. And this does have this 5-speed manual transmission, which feels very nice. The throws aren't too long, they're not too short, and it has the red stitching right here. So it looks very nice as well with the heated seats. And we also have the power sunroof, which looks very nice in here as well. Cup holder location, it's a lot better than my car. I actually like how you can see this is off to the right, which is nice because when your arm's sitting off to the right on this little center console here, the shifter with the line of it, you can still have cups in there. That is not like my car. My 2011 STI does not have that. It's actually just one big straight line. I'm glad that they did this for this year in 2017. It looks a lot better, it feels a lot better, and it's not in the way. Alright, so if you look over to the left side of the wheel, you'll see blind spot turn off right here, which is also if somebody's walking behind your car, if you're backing out of your driveway, you can have the option to turn that off along with your radar for when you're switching lanes and you have your blinker on. it'll give you a little bit of a beep. You have the option to turn that off down here, and I think it's a very nice option on this car. Also has the backup camera, of course. See if I can put that in reverse. Backup camera looks pretty good. It's gonna get the job done for backing up. It's, you know, it's nothing, you know, 4K or something like that, but you know, looks good. I'd say it's equal quality to my friend's 2020 Silverado backup camera, so something to go off. Rear view mirror and side mirrors auto dim, and I think this rear view mirror looks a lot better than mine. The edges are not as thick. It's pretty nice looking. It has the buttons just like mine does. However, they're a lot better placed and they're a lot more nicer feel. All the buttons in this car are actually a lot more better feel. The only buttons that are really the same are the heated seats down here, which feel almost identical to mine. But everything else, the knobs and everything, have their own nice feel to them. Especially this radio. I wish mine came with a nicer radio. This one is very nice. This is a bigger screen than the regular Impreza is, but it still looks very nice. And up here you have your information panel up here.
So you got your options panel.
Okay, so you got your options panel.
This is electronics, so it'll show if we got lights on, and if you have eyesight, it'll show that if eyesight's running. It says if the radar's running, so I've shut the radar off, it'll turn off on there. And then the next one we have is whether my wheels are spinning or not. I have angle, which doesn't seem very accurate to me because it only maxes out about 3 degrees, and I've had this past 3 degrees. This is my favorite. It's got my water temp, oil temp, and whatever day I'm on, because I usually forget.
So this is the one you would leave it on the most?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got your secondary radio station, which is a little odd to have because you have that literally 2 inches below.
Right there.
Then you have your gas, so how much to empty, average mileage, which you can change depending on which trip you're on. So I have my current gas tank, which I'm averaging about 26, and then my oil change one is B, so I'm averaging about 30, and that's about 4,500 miles it's going off of. So.
Okay. So you average about 26.
On doing what, 150, this 150 miles I average about 26.
For some reason I think the center console lever is going to be here, but it's right here. Little fun fact for you guys. There's about the same amount of room that's in here as my STI. If you've watched that video, you have your USB, your aux, and your plug-in right there. You have enough to fit anything really that you need to carry with you, wallet, deodorant, anything like that. Glove box. You have enough to fit your owner's manual. This is a thick owner's manual, by the way. And you can fit all kinds of other stuff in there too. It's going to get the job done for you. So because this is a sport trim model, it has the carbon fiber in the background, which gives it more of a sport feel to the car. And then you have the information panel in the middle, which have your speedometer on it right there, digital. We can cycle through right here, if my camera can focus. There we go. So we're going to cycle through right here. MPG right there, your average MPG. So I'm assuming that first one is instant.
Yep.
And then cycle past average there, your tank. And we have more information panel. We have your tire PSI. That's another thing that the older Impreza did not have. And then we go back to your speedometer right there, which honestly I kind of wish mine had that as well, instead of having just the regular old one off to the right there. But this one you're gonna like. And then you have obviously everything else for instrument. And then you have the rest of your instruments right here. AC, all that. The knobs are really nice. So you can see the visors in this car are a little bit smaller than the older generations. However, you have these extendy pieces right here, and with both of them extended out, you can almost have the whole thing covered, which is pretty nice. And when you swing it out like this, it pretty much goes past almost the whole window except for a very small tiny piece. And where you're sitting when you're driving, it's going to cover up the sun for you. So I think those are going to get the job done for you, everybody. And then obviously we have the mirror, which has the light on it, which is nice. So yeah, those will get the job done for you on a long road. Just to touch up quick, I think this key fob looks fantastic. The Subaru logo is what you unlock the car with. I think it's an absolutely fantastic looking key fob, and I would love to have this on my car.
So, first impressions of the 2017 Impreza Sport Trim. You have that WRX short throw shifter, and the throws are very nice. They're well put together. Another thing, there is a lot of boxer rumble when you have all the radio and everything turned off. It's pretty much all you hear is boxer rumble, and it's a very nice sensation, especially with the matched WRX short throw shifter. And the instrument cluster, I really like the way it's set up in here. You have a very nice point of view on this car. The windshield is deep. One thing I already have a complaint about is the rev hang. There's quite a bit of rev hang in this car. However, it seems like something I can get used to after slowly get into it here in second gear. So she's gonna have enough for you to, get around town and deal with a little bit of traffic, but, it's not no pony show we got going on here. If you want the pony show, you switch over to the 2017 STI if you were going for specific gear, but otherwise, no, I have no other complaints really. Driving this car, it handles nice, as expected for this all-wheel drive system.
Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. As always, remember to hit the subscribe button down below, keep up to date with our content, and keep up to date with our $100 giveaway we're doing at every 100 subs. So remember to keep up to date with that. As always, remember to stay beautiful and stay fucking mint.